Jace, I guess just right straight to the point, as someone who's never been in this sort of group, what's it like to be this red hot at the plate?
Feels awesome. You just got to stay humble and keep working every day and trying to do the same thing every day and help the team win.
We'll go to Don.
Jace, right after you hit your third home run, two different people asked me, is Jace better than Josh? Jace better than Josh?
I don't know. We'll keep going for a full season and see. Don't worry. I hear from him all the time.
When you do something like you did today, though, I assume he's probably pretty happy, Matt, you think?
Yeah, he just texted me a second ago and said, wow. I said, yeah, that was pretty cool.
I know we've asked you about it before, but when your big brother is like the best player who's ever played here and a first-round draft choice, what is it like to – and playing in the shadow is not the right word, but what is it like to follow him here?
It definitely makes it a lot easier because you learn from him. You learn all these things from him. It just makes it a lot smoother transition from high school to college because you see what he's gone through, his struggles, his ups, and you kind of just like have a feeling of what's going on in the game and just learning from sitting in the stands for 3 years.
I believe you're now tied for the NCAA lead this season with 15. How big an element of your game has power been? How big an element of your game was power in high school before you got here? Or is it something that's kind of developed?
I'd say I have power in high school. My senior year, I had 7 home runs, but I have it in my backpack, so I can pull it out hopefully whenever I want to, and get a good swing on the ball, and hopefully it goes over the fence.
Yeah. Did I see? Do you have a pretty good bat flip after the last one?
Yeah, I let a good bat flip out.
I just saw it right before it landed. I wasn't sure if I saw what I thought I saw, but
yeah, I had a really big bat flip on that one.
So just get kind of the emotion of the day, then, huh?
Yes, sir. I probably didn't need to do that, but it happens.
All right, we're going to move next to Eric.
Just in terms of this weekend, Jace, for you personally, what allowed you to have success at the plate, or what did you see from these TCU pitchers that you thought you could capitalize on?
Just staying aggressive and having a plan going up to the plate. I think last week I got away from the plan and I didn't help the team as much as I did this week. And I kind of got back to my plan with an aggressive attack at the plate. Getting that first pitch, trying to do damage every pitch and not taking any pitches off.
Go ahead, Eric.
And then in terms of the team as a whole, what mental – I mean, you guys have been showing it all this year, but once again, what does it show about this team to, lose that first game of the series and then come back against a good top 10 team and win the next two?
I think it really shows our heart and our determination to win. And it really shows a bunch of savages in the box. I think the last 2 days you saw a bunch of savages and, we're coming back out. We were hiding a little bit for 3 games, but now we're coming back.
All right, anything else for Jace? We'll have Cody up next. All right, we've got one more from Don. Go ahead, Don.
Jace, after first game of the series, TCU was 7-0 in conference play. I know it's early, but can you speak to the importance that you did not let them get away from you, so to speak, and are now back within a couple of games of them?
It's huge. It's a huge momentum going into the midweeks, and hopefully we can build on the midweeks and going to West Virginia. Keep swinging it and staying hot.
Cody, how did you feel about your offensive game today? I mean, 3-run homer, 3 walks, steal of home. How did you feel about your production at the plate today?
You know, it's kind of cutthroat if you're DH and, you know, you got one job, and got the nod yesterday as well, and it didn't really help us win at all. So it felt good to grind out some walks and just cross home plate and really help us win for sure.
What was your approach on the home run ball? What was your approach at the plate, and what did you get? What did you hit out?
Yesterday, I was chasing a lot of first pitch off speeds, getting myself in bad counts, starting 0-1. And today, was seeing the slider in the dirt. I was able to get, I think about all of them, I was able to get 1-0 each time and put me in a good position to get a heater. And I think he just kind of left it up middle of the plate and hit it well.
How well was the ball flying today with all the home runs that were hit today?
It was kind of it was playing a little hot. I wouldn't say it was too hot. It kind of had the unusual wind. It was blowing kind of straight out. So I don't know. Maybe on a no wind day, maybe it goes out, maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
I'll pass it on to Eric.
All right, go ahead, Eric.
Thank you for your generosity, Don. Not that you guys necessarily have to, because you're a top 10 team, kind of a brand name at this point. But do you see this as a statement win, taking a top 10 team and kind of running them off the field a little bit, run ruling them?
Yeah, especially in Arlington, playing some of those SEC teams, and I'm not sure we had a win against a ranked opponent other than Oklahoma State, and it was just kind of a big statement that we needed to do, especially win the series here at home, no doubt.
Go ahead, Eric.
Obviously, it's hard to ignore what Jace is doing at the plate right now. Does it just seem like every time he stepped to the plate today, it seemed like he was leaving the ballpark?
Yeah, and you can just feel it, man. He hits one, at least one more is coming. It's insane. He hit one early today, right? First inning. Yeah, yeah. If it's hitting the first inning, there's one more coming, at least.
Go ahead, Eric.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here. You played with both of them. Can you determine a better hitter right now?
Man, I don't know. That's tough. That's just tough. One thing is, I don't think Josh had. What has Jace got? 15 or 16 jacks right now. Yeah. I don't. I'll take Jace's bat right now. And y'all don't let Josh or Jace see it. Don't let him see that.
All right. Anything else for Cody?
Real quick, sorry. Just what was the importance of winning 2 out of 3 in this series, just in terms of kind of keeping it close there at the top of the Big 12 standings against a team that was undefeated coming in? Yeah.
I think if we lose that game, or we're 4-5 in the Big 12, and that's obviously coming back from Manhattan, that we needed to win this series and hopefully get kick-started into going into West Virginia, which is always tough to play there for sure.
Coach, this is probably some recency bias involved, but when's the last time you've seen a guy, just swinging as powerful a bat as Jay seems to be right now?
Oh man, I'd have to go back to a kid by the name of Brian Myro. One day at Ranger, he walked in there and he was 5 for 5 with 5 home runs. He's a big leaguer. I mean, he could really hit. And now the irony of that deal was, he's swinging the bat really good. So there you go. Nobody wants to hear about something that happened 25 years ago.
We'll go to Don.
Was that at Grayson or where?
Was it Hill Junior College, Don?
Hill College. That's my parents' hometown. My dad went to.
There you go.
Well, a couple of people asked right after Jace hit his third home run. One person tweeted at me, and one person sat here in the press box said, "Is Jace better than Josh?" So we'll ask you: is Jace better than Josh?
Well, I'll tell you what, that's not even a fair question. They're both really good players. And, Josh can really play catch at a high level, like the guys in the big leagues do. Jace can really play catch at a high level. Since Jace has been a little guy running around here, his mom and dad always said he had more power than Josh. And so time will tell on that. And swinging the bat really good.
How do you feel about how he has handled just playing in Josh's, lack of a better term, shadow? I mean, following Josh here, where with the reputation that Josh had, how has he handled that?
I'd say pretty good, wouldn't you?
I would say, yeah.
He's
I
handling.
mean, a lot of people would feel the pressure and kind of shrink from that, but it doesn't seem like he has.
Well, if you didn't prepare for the way those two guys prepare, I'd agree with you. But the way they prepare and the time they spent in their preparation, I think allows them to embrace those moments and to go have good at bats and play good baseball. When you start talking about Jeff and Mary, they did a great job, with those kids there. And you don't see many moms that know as much baseball as the whole family, and there's one right there. So.
And we'll go to Eric.
Obviously, you talk about preparation probably has something to do with it, but when a guy is swinging a bat as hot as Jace is right now, what allows him to do that?
Well, I think you'd have to go to, so he's hitting third. I think you'd have to go to guys down there at the bottom of the order: Dylan Carter, Parker Kelly, Easton Myro, Braxton Fulford. Braxton had really good at bats the whole weekend there in the 2-hole, really tough out. I think the other night, his last night, he had a 11 pitch at bat. And so, baseball is one of those games that sometimes a guy that might get out, sets it up for the other guy. And, again, there's some of that going on. Those guys are putting good at bats together. They did today for sure.
Go ahead, Eric.
Obviously, Coach, it's a long season, but what's the importance of getting 2 out of 3 against another team that you assume will probably be right there with you at the top of the conference standings?
Oh, and the big picture is basically what you're saying. You're talking about, there's all kinds of things you can talk about. RPI, hosting, all those things, but it's way too early to really even go there. But that is what the big picture is. You win series and you put yourself in a position to win the league, be in position to win the league, maybe even, a lot of it's based on the RPI, and a lot of it will be based on in a different year than it's ever been, how they weigh all these things. So it'll be up to the committee as far as that goes, but it's simple answer. It's better to win 2 out of 3 than to lose 2 out of 3. That's the simple answer, but there's long-term things that, it's going to help you. And, so that would bore most general people. So talking about RPI and hosting and all that good stuff.
And we'll go back to Don.
Tim, what did you hear from Birdsell, and what do you know on him?
It's a shoulder. That's all I can go into. Surely you guys can figure out now why he didn't pitch on Friday. And he needed a couple extra days, and thought that he was really in a really good spot, but it reared its head, and so we'll give him some time to get better. The details of it, Don, I don't know the details of it, but it's we were hoping he could, with a little bit extra rest, he'd be fine, and probably should have just given him a week, I guess.
When did you say it first cropped up? When did you first feel something?
Manhattan.
Okay, yeah,
You can go back and see when we pulled him in Manhattan.
okay, yeah,
There's 60-something pitches on game one.
yeah.
Done that without that happening.
Let's see. Stillwell and Masters both came into today batting 200. What did you think of how they have looked and how they look today?
Yeah, I don't know. We put a lot of stock in what you're talking about, like batting average. Those guys have been putting good quality at bats together. Hadn't had a whole lot to show for it. Obviously, both been in and out of there. I thought they had a really good approach to what they were doing today, and got some pitches to hit. And there's a history there with those two guys. They've always hit, and so to me, that's more what we look at right now than what the batting average says.
You have any update on Drew Baker? How do you feel today? How close he might be to being coming back?
He's feeling better. We could have used him this weekend as a pinch hitter if we wanted to or if we needed to. Pretty gritty of our guys to go out and get 2 out of 3 without that guy and without Noisy for the most part.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And we'll go back to Eric.
And then real quick off of that, you mentioned Dylan. What did he show you that gave you confidence in bringing him in the game today?
It wasn't. He had to come in the game. It wasn't. I mean, we didn't want to use him. He had to come in the game. Kurt jammed his thumb going into third, sliding, and it was a deal where you're wanting to play defense. I think at that time it was a pretty big lead, and there's a reason. I mean, he's our best center fielder. He's the best center fielder on our team, and at that point with a lead, you go, okay, let's go play defense. And so, he's more than willing to do that. And he still needs a little time.